Good morning and welcome to the Media Speaks Live Sunday morning broadcast. I'm D-Lake for Prez. Thank you very much. I'm joined by Sam I.B. Jaganji, Samuel of the Correct Views, and the band Passing Time, Sam.
Greetings, unsettled souls. Welcome to the Sunday edition. Joined us.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you for joining us. And we might be joined shortly by Anne-Marie as well. We'll have to wait and see. But we wanted to jump into something that we were discussing just prior to the show. And it's something that the fake stream media isn't really picking up. But luckily, our news staff, our reporter, Sam I.B. Jaganji, has just written a full article about it. Trump set to beat Reagan's record. That's the headline. That's all you need to know. That's the clickbait. Sam, you start out the article talking about how Bill Clinton was so lucky. What made Bill Clinton so lucky? Why was he the luckiest president? Go ahead.
The man managed to get into the White House during the birth of the internet. You pretty much could have had a chestnut in the White House seat, and it would have done good during that kind of a boom. And as a result, he will forever go down as having one of the best economies while he was in the White House, as if his liberal policies were some great success. And it will be used forever, like JFK. Never do they mention that he was in the White House during the birth of the internet.
And didn't Al Gore invent the internet?
Of course, yes, that he did. The gains are interesting because, of course, you can't beat Reagan's record on the economy this quickly, but you can beat his build-up, his run-up to what we see. In 1987, when we saw a run as long as this was, it led to a huge level of prosperity, and there was some panic within the stock market, and it did not hold. Now, in 64, when this happened, it led to a massive economic boom that saw a 9.3 gain within only 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm trying to get my cat off me. The most interesting part about this is that he is laying groundwork that looks exactly like what Ronald Reagan did. And it looks like because Reagan had an amazing run. People are probably now confused. In '87, when it crashed, he was still president, but we were due for an economic crash because we had not seen anything but a bull market during all of the Reagan years. During the build-up for that, and Reagan's ended very quickly, I want to add, on the build-up for that, this huge boom that happened in the '80s, all the prosperity that happened in the '80s. Was a buildup that looks almost exactly like what we're seeing with Donald Trump.
And what we're seeing is something that you termed the Trump bull market. You're quoting what it's being called right now. The ways of measuring this success have been the same for 120 years, right, Sam? And seen a record set on 10 consecutive days. And today, I think, is day 12, or is today day 13.
But I don't know if they count Sundays, but if he can get another one of these bumps, and for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, it's a tick in the economy. And don't zone out. I don't care about economics. If you care about money, you care about what we're talking about.
We're talking about the Dow.
I guarantee your boss cares about this, and he's the one that pays you. Those little humps that you see going up there are these jumps in how the market is growing every single day. If he continues to do that, he's going to put the economy where exuberance will end up feeding exuberance. Investors will follow other investors. And from there, it's upwards, friends. It could be upwards for years after that.
And something that's happening like Monday, Tuesday of this upcoming week, and Trump is scheduled to speak at a joint session of Congress, his first time as president, doing that on Tuesday. And if this burst, which I said, I think is on day 11 or 12, can last for 13 days in a row. It would be the longest recorded streak going all the way back to 1952. It is also pointed out that the Dow streak of daily gains is also the longest in almost 4 years and would tie for the longest in 25 years with a jump on Friday. And it's Sunday, so, I mean, this could be big news that we're covering that, is going to is going to be really big news come tomorrow or Tuesday, right before he's.
We should meet Tuesday, D-Lake. We should meet Tuesday around 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I get off around 6. We should hook up and do a little tiny show and update this. We really should.
Okay, well, 6 o'clock is 3 o'clock for me, so we'll have to see if we can make that work, Sam.
What time do you get off? We'll do it. Hell yeah, we'll figure it out off air, guys. We're going to let you guys know where this goes.
All right.
I also want to give a quick hat tip to the Top Center News, who linked this article that I wrote for the Conservative Daily Post. They aggregated me, and thank you guys. The Freedom Daily Press. The Washington Free Times does that a lot too, so thank you both. Okay. There's Trump's business plan. Look at it.
Other outlets are picking up Sam. I'm sure it won't be long before he's on the top of the Drudge Report.
That'd be nice. From your lips to God's ears. Look at Trump's plan. Read that real quick to everyone, D-Lake. Look at this. Hey, liberals, tell me what you don't like about saving money and making money. Listen to this.
Sure. Trump's tax plan, as obtained by the Wall Street Journal.
No, keep in mind, D-Lake, there's no specifics here. Trump doesn't give specifics. No. Trust me. I'm going to be the liberal. Read it. I
sense of sarcasm there. No business taxed more than 15%. Ooh.
Well, that's not a set number, D-Lake. I know it looks like a set number, but it really isn't. No. Okay, next one. What's the next point?
No federal income tax for individuals earning less than $25,000 or couples earning less than $50,000.
Well, that's really complicated. That doesn't mean. Nobody knows what that means. It's too complicated.
Highest individual tax bracket of 25%. That would be the highest. That would be the cap.
That's tax break
for an individual. Okay. Eliminate or reduce deductions and loopholes for high income taxpayers. Whoa. That sounds like he's going to give all his billionaire buddies, reduce the
you know what? I do want to quit being silly and spend a moment talking about that, because that is exactly the way it looks. But you have to understand that if we continually tax our businesses out of America, they will continually leave America. Now, listen to me, voters. If we are managing to keep our jobs here because our CEOs are rich, and if Donald Trump is protecting the average worker by making sure with taxes that the jobs don't leave the country, if he's protecting Joe Taxpayer, then Joe Taxpayer, why do you care if he protects the rich too? It's fine. He doesn't have to hose the rich. He wants us all to do better, including the rich.
Protecting the riches, protecting, business, it makes us all rich, right? I mean, this is a plan that presumably raises everyone up to a level playing field. I mean, level playing field and fairness is something that he's talked about repeatedly. And so how did you want to close this out, Sam? Should I read your last paragraph or what?
Go right ahead, my friend. You're doing it sounds better when you read it than when I wrote it. I love it.
Okay. The bigger long-term problem that looms is that America is really a bankrupted nation that is hanging on only due to debt deficit spending, paper money backed by nothing, and the United States dollar being the world currency. The latter may be changing, which could derail the train a bit, but that would not be Trump's doing. Trump inherited problems, and what has he said all last week about the mess he inherited?
Yep.
Such as fiat money backed by no gold. And he's not just blaming Obama. He's saying backed by fiat money backed by no gold. I mean, that goes back to Nixon, right?
Yes, it does.
Trump didn't do that.
What we're saying, friends, is if you find out that the economy just all out crashes because the money went out from under it, you must realize that Trump did not cause the economy to crash. He didn't create any of these problems.
Yeah, but Sam, we got to blame somebody, and it's going to be Trump if that happens. The good news, though, is that Trump at least knows how to operate in the system that he is stuck within, as proven by his track record as a business powerhouse. Well, what about his 4 bankruptcies, Sam? Yeah, that he divested everything and got out of it, and he never went bankrupt. The companies went bankrupt. As a business, he was a business power. He is a business powerhouse of the top order. So there should be some great days ahead for the average American, at least for a while. As for the debt spending and other problems, we have 4 years, America. Let the man work. Oh, I like that, Sam. Good ending for that. Let the man do his fucking job. If I was your editor, Sam, I would have been like, how about let the man do his fucking job? Well, can we go with that? Can we print that?
They let me get away with most of them. I did have one joke. I did an article about racism, and I said, so if the black man, I was talking about somebody being a hardcore a computer programmer. I said, so if somebody like Bill Gates sees a black man who does a better job than the white man who applied, or other black men, or Indians, or Asians, well, good luck with that. They took my good luck with that out. He's like, oh, they might not find that as a joke, Sammy. But hey, they let me get away with most of the zingers. They gave me the blue dress joke. They really did.
And they gave you this aw shucks picture that we both like. It came
No,
at the
off camera, I without seeing the caption on the picture, he scrolled down, saw the face before he saw what I wrote as a caption, friends, and D-Lake said, oh, shucks, which is what I thought when I saw it and what I wrote as the description. So that's how D-Lake for Prez and I are locked in. What do you got for us today, D-Lake? But yes, friends, please do go to the Conservative Daily Post. I'm a full-time journalist now. I've actually done it. I'm a full-time journalist, so please come support my work, share my work. It is now officially my job. And it's a recognized journalist outlet, and I have press credentials. So what that means is I am finally a journalist. So thank you guys for watching, supporting, and sharing.
Sam is press. It says so right on his press badge. And this article, written by Sam DeGangi of The Correct Views, and here at the Media Speaks, is on the Conservative Daily Post. So everyone go check out that website. Support Sam IB. Go to his YouTube. Check out The Correct Views. Be sure that you do that. I mean, Sam, when I go to YouTube, you know what I like? This. Hillary Clinton.
Hello, Democrats.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Coming together
She's so
to
pretty.
represent our party at its best. United, energized, and ready to wage and...
Okay, so in today's top headlines, the DNC just nominated their new chair. I mean, you remember when Debbie Wasserman Schultz stepped down right before the DNC convention because of all her... all her ties to rigging the system against Bernie Sanders and Hillary and her superdelegates and coordinating.
Did they pick Pocahontas?
Lamestream media. Oh, no, it wasn't Elizabeth Warren. And Warren and Bernie Sanders both supported the Muslim Ellison, who lost to Tom Perez, Obama's former labor secretary. But all this action in the DNC is bringing Hillary out of the woodworks with a fresh, refreshed look on her face, but the same annoying voice. Let's see how much we can handle.
I was kidding, D-Lake. I didn't really think she was pretty. But go on.
Let's see how much of this we can handle.
win the battles ahead. Now, as Democrats, we have diverse views and backgrounds.
We're not deplorable or irredeemable. We're not racist, even though we founded the Ku Klux Klan back in the day. But as Democrats that wear blue overcoats that look like Kim Jong-il dressed me, I mean, her face does look fresher. She must have got a recent...
I was just going to... Botox. I was just going to say Kim Jong-il. You did it a second time.
I was just going to say baby blood transfusion, but okay.
We are Democrats, after all.
Yeah.
But we're bound together by the values and hopes we share for our country.
Oh, I bet. Too bad Anne-Marie and Nikki aren't here. They'd probably be getting all lubricated from this.
I'm grateful for all your support and hard work during the election. Being your candidate was the honor of a lifetime.
Well, it lasted.
And I was inspired to see women and men from all walks of life and every corner of our country.
She included men? She included men? She never includes men.
She said women and men.
She never done that before. I'm truly, my God, D-Lake, give her the round of applause. She finally wants to see something happen for a man.
She got the memo.
Wow.
Values. And while we didn't get the outcome we worked so hard for,
Sam, we're at 51 seconds. We've almost made it a full minute. I know we had to keep stopping it, but here we go. I'm trying to make it a full minute.
Oh, and for the audience, we're stopping it because, of course, YouTube will condemn us if we don't.
Yeah, and speaking of YouTube, if you look right here, this video has 235,572 views with 4,354 people like it. 9,000, including, you can see it shaded because I already disliked it. 9,387 dislikes. Oh wow, that's not.
Well, that happened to us once. I remember it happens to her all the time. Like, at least we left the comments on ours. For those of you that don't know, we went live thinking a story was fake and it wasn't, and that was a disastrous day. It looked a lot like that.
Yeah.
Even though then we apologized and it said, we did one of our. Isn't it the only retraction we've ever done on the Media Speaks ever? Ever?
Full retraction. It was just like try to make people understand that we were covering something that was breaking, and fog of war or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes it wasn't fake news though.
No, it was definitely not fake news.
Comments disabled for the video. We left the comment section open on the video.
That we did. We took our licks like good children.
We got raked over the coals for that one. Too many insensitive laugh tracks. I think.
But in 5 or 6 years, it was our only one. So we're doing better than she is. Let's see how bad she can get.
The campaign we ran, a campaign that was better and stronger, thanks to each of you.
And John Podesta's emails.
After the primaries, we came together as a party to write the
After we got rid of Bernie Sanders, that's when we really started doing shit. Yeah.
After we got rid of that damn Jew, we could start putting blood on the walls like a good Satanist.
In history.
So they put together the most progressive platform. She put together the most progressive platform in history after she dispatched with Bernie Sanders, thanks to Debbie Wasserman Schultz and the DNC that just nominated Tom Perez. Obama.
Hell, Satan.
Primaries, we came together as a party to write the most progressive platform in history. Ideas we championed are now inspiring leaders and activists across our country.
Ooh.
Nearly 66 million votes are fueling.
Now, I said too, when I said, Sam, we're going to talk about this and prep it. I'm wearing blue for the Democrats. But I said, when I listen to Trump, I watch his speeches, I watch them all, and I watch when he has sit-down meetings. And when he talks, it's kind of music to my ears. When Hillary Clinton talks, it's like nails on a fucking chalkboard. Obama had the same effect on me. But I am just, to keep it real, I understand that for other people, it's, the opposite. When they hear Hillary Clinton talking, they're like, this is amazing. She should have been the president. When they hear Donald Trump talking, they don't even really hear him. They just go, "Oh, he's."
That's how we felt. That's how we still feel every time we hear the voice of Ron Paul. For all of you that watch this show, for as much as D. Lake and I like Trump, I still don't think we like him as much as we did Ron Paul. When he speaks, it's like we just zone into it.
I mean, and I caught a lot of heat because obviously back in since 2007, that 2008 campaign, but obviously even more so in 2011, the 2012 race. I was watching. I'd come home. I'd watch Ron Paul's speeches, the videos, as often as they came out, which was a lot. But Donald Trump, look at his campaign. And I got the book, Sam, of Roger Stone's The Making of a President 2016.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I didn't buy it from InfoWars, though, so I didn't get a signed copy. I emailed Mr. Stone to see if I could get one. That hasn't happened yet, but we'll see. Because he quotes Richard Nixon and said that when someone asks you for an autograph, you got to sign the autograph or else you're an asshole. And that's quote Richard Nixon, president. And where I was going with all this is, like, I understand that, for me, when I hear Trump talk, I like it. When I hear Hillary talk and drone on, it's just like I can't barely. This video is 3 minutes and I can't get all the way through it yet.
Let's do it, D-Like. Let's do it.
I watched like a whole Donald Trump thing. It was like an hour long.
Let's take a deep breath. We can do this. Let's try to get through 20 full seconds. 20 full seconds, D-Like.
I just want to reiterate that, if someone else is like, oh, I can't stand Trump when he talks, it's just like nails on a chalkboard.
All right, D-Like, look, help me. I'm putting on the Hillary Clinton halo just for the Democrats. Do you see it? I will let this remain.
We're broadcasting Hillary Clinton. That's fair and balanced, isn't it?
I will let the halo ride. It's on my head for Hillary Clinton.
All right, let's do our best, Sam.
People are
Halos
marching,
are on.
protesting, tweeting, speaking out, and working for an America that's hopeful, inclusive, and big-hearted. From the Women's March to airports where communities are welcoming immigrants, refugees, and people of every faith.
I'm not even really listening to Hillary. I'm just watching Sam listen to Hillary with his halo on and he's just like, whatever you say, babe.
To town hall meetings where people are speaking up for health care, the environment, good jobs, and all the other issues that deserve our passionate support. Millions making their voices heard, our future mayors, city and state officials, governors,
bombers,
future presidents,
even future presidents.
And bombers, terrorists, people from ISIS, people from Somalia that cut chicken throats.
Yeah. Well, we need some more Somalian refugees, right, Hillary?
The challenges we face.
Except at the Oscar parties, and we're going to get into that. Robert Davi says all the immigrants should storm the Hollywood after parties for the Oscars.
A party and a country are real. So now more than ever, we need to stay engaged in the field and online, reaching out to new voters, young people, and everyone.
Sam, she's outlining her the Democrats' new battle plan.
No, she's outlining her mayoral run for New York City. I'm telling you.
Oh God. She hasn't expressed. Other people have expressed that. To my knowledge, she hasn't expressed that desire. But I mean, what is this video all about?
Well, before we went live, I did ask the man on the street. I got some audio of it, of what he thought when I said Hillary Clinton could be the mayor of New York. He had this to say. So I thought that was impressive. That said a lot. Go ahead.
Okay.
Who wants a better, stronger, fairer America?
Oh.
We as Democrats must move forward with
a better, stronger, fairer America. I mean, Trump only just said yesterday that he wants a bigger, better, stronger, military in America. But I guess it doesn't sound the same coming out of her mouth.
Courage, confidence, and optimism.
Oh, Hillary's such a...
Well, I'm feeling pretty optimistic myself. I mean, I was just thinking the other day, I feel very, very optimistic. I started writing about Trump and libertarian issues, and now that's what I do every day for a living. I like it.
And so, Sam, you and Hillary Clinton are kind of similar. You're both sort of like glass half full type optimism.
And she wants us to be full of hope. Well, Mrs. Clinton, let me tell you, I am full of hope. Because Donald Trump is in office, no! I am optimistic, and we agree. I now see her brilliance. She's telling you, America. She's telling you to be excited and optimistic about Donald Trump. Oh,
irredeemable.
Stay focused on the election.
Stay focused, ma'am. Says Hillary.
Must win this year and next.
We must win elections because all we've been doing lately is fucking losing.
We lost the House. We lost the Senate. We lost the White House.
We're down to like one governor.
Persistence, equal progress for our party and our country. Thank you to the leaders who've already...
I'm sorry, I think it's like 13 governors. I don't know. It's like, okay.
Done so much, beginning with Barack and Michelle Obama.
Wait,
Thanks
what?
as well to Donna and the DNC.
Oh, Donna Brazil, thank you for giving me the questions before the...
Beginning with Barack and Michelle Obama.
Okay, so last week during the Google autofill game, one of the questions was that Obama sets up his own shadow government with his what's it called, Outrage for America or Outreach or something lame. So Sam, if you could just do me a quick favor, and I'll go to you on the video. If you could just look deep into Hillary Clinton's eyes right there on my screen and tell me what you see.
She wants me to be optimistic about how well Donald Trump is going to do. And she's calling for unity among all of America. And I feel inspired.
Awesome, Sam. So are you in the minority of people that clicked like on this video, or?
Thanks as well to Donna and the DNC leadership and to the outstanding bench of Democrats stepping up to lead us forward.
Stepping up. That's a Donald Trump thing.
As long as we stand together and work together with respect for our differences, strengthen our convictions, and love for our country, our best days are still ahead.
Sam,
the way they are, because Donald Trump is going to make America great again. And she sees it. It's like an epiphany. She's going to run as a conservative. She's going to be She's going to be the first conservative mayor of New York City since what's his name decided he wanted to ban the Coke. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, Bloomberg. Yeah, she's going to take all the credit, right? Like when all this great stuff starts happening, she's going to be there to take all the credit. I think that's what she's saying right there.
When Donald Trump makes America great again, she's going to say, "Look what I did for New York."
Our best days are still ahead.
Because I'm going to run for mayor of New York City, like Sam said. Look deep into my eyes.
You stop that. It's just like Kaa from the Jungle Book. That's terrifying.
Trust me. Trust in me.
Bite.
So keep fighting.
Ooh, keep fighting, Sam.
Keep biting.
And keep the faith.
Oh, the faith, Sam.
The spirit cooking Satan faith. Hail the goat Lord.
Who's that guy at MSNBC? He's like, Donald Trump is not religious enough, but Mike Pence is so religious, and he loves the Bible, and he talks about his Bible, and that's really what we need. And he should invoke the 25th Amendment and say Donald Trump is crazy, and then be the president.
Yeah, because we didn't just hear the First Lady say the Lord's Prayer or anything.
Those who trespass against us.
And I'll be right there with you every step of the way.
Ah!
Oh my God!
Oh, please don't play that again, D-Lake. Oh my God! No, D-Lake.
Shadow, I'll be right there. Like you'll be walking, and then I'll be like right behind you, like over your shoulder.
Of the way.
Ah!
And God bless America.
Oh, which is exactly the way Donald Trump has been ending all of his speeches. Thank you.
D-Lake, what happened to me? Ah! Ah!
Sam, I'm sorry that video pushed you to the dark side.
Where'd my halo go, Clinton? Oh God. Oh God. Oh, that was close, D-Lake. That was close. Oh.
Sam, give us both a pat on the back here for making it through the whole video.
Oh my God! How many listeners have made it with us? I mean, that was terrifying. Oh,
right. I mean, that was only 3 minutes. The Oscars are tonight, Sam.
No, D-Lake. Imagine, because of what we do with the Media Speaks. Imagine if she had been president, you and I would have to listen to her on press conferences and news releases every day.
All right. I'm afraid the girls, like, maybe they said that they would join, that they might come in late, but now I think if they started watching us, they might be afraid to jump in.
Probably. I don't know anything about the Oscars hardly at all. I do know that my band Megadeth won the Grammys. Like I said, they were going to win it. He thanked Jesus Christ from the stage, even though they played Metallica. They played the song Metallica wrote when they fired Dave Mustaine and before Megadeth. They played the wrong song for the wrong band. They let James Hetfield's mic die on the stage when Lady Gaga actually did an amazing job for a change, and that's all I know about the Grammys. What do you got to tell us about the Oscars?
All right, well, Sam, do you have any plans to watch the Oscars tonight? Like I said,
No, I don't even know what movies are up. I don't even know what movies are up. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I go to popcorn time and I watch whatever comes up.
Sam nominated the Transformers movie or something. Donald Trump's supporters. I know you don't like that, Sam.
They ruined it. I like the cartoon.
Okay. Oh, who doesn't love the fucking Transformers cartoon? I mean, that's a totally different. That's not the movies. That's a totally different thing.
The cars don't dent.
Okay, well, Donald Trump's supporters to boycott the Oscars in protest of Limousine Liberals. And there's a picture of Meryl Streep, who got into a row this week about whether or not she was going to wear a Lagerfeld dress or something, or how does that go? I don't know, something like that.
I don't even know what a Waterfield dress is.
They were already coutouring it, like making it specific for her body.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Anyways, the awards tonight should be a glittering celebration of artistic endeavor where the women dazzle in designer gowns. Oh, what about Joy Villa, who came out in a Trump dress, and her sales went through the roof.
Yeah.
Alex Jones
very much.
MAGA Monroe, Make America Great Again, new Marilyn Monroe type with her voluptuous body. That's similar to that Marilyn Monroe build that real men really like. But this year's Oscars are more likely to be remembered for what is said than what is worn. Just a month into the presidency of Donald Trump, hostilities are expected to be resumed between the new incumbent of the Oval Office in America's entertainment industry. And there's Jodie Foster. She went on a whole thing, a bender the other day about Trump, and everything's Trump. But because they wish Hillary Clinton that we just watched was the president. Yeah, that's what we'd much rather have, Hollywood. Thanks for.
Well, Meryl Streep bothers me more than with most people because she's in one of my favorite movies of all time. She's in Silkwood, and she's just a raging nutcase, unfortunately. And it's such a good movie about an absolute hero. And, and again, people can say, well, Trump's going to get us in a nuclear war. No, he's not. All presidents, left and right. You can watch this movie and not puke. It's not a leftist piece of garbage. It's actually the story of Karen Silkwood, who was poisoned by the people that were making nuclear fuel rods for the power industry. And it's got to be one of the best movies of all time. Easily one of the best movies of all time.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're talking about a 1983 movie, also starring Kurt Russell, who I'm sure was amazing, and Cher is in the movie.
It's one of the best movies of all time. It's a true story. It's just wicked good.
And as good as Meryl Streep was in that 1983 movie, Sam, I mean,
cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
The 2017
you're the movie man. Take this section. Do you like incoming from the movie king? Do you like?
Thank you very much. And I do have IMDb at my disposal to look up movies like Silkwood, but we are talking about 2017. The Oscars are tonight, and it's going to be the most political Oscars for a number of years. When people were talking about it a few months ago, they thought it would be a race issue. Because you remember 2015, it was Oscars So White, and now they have a much more diverse, I think a much more healthy diversity in the nominations. La La Land, Sam, a musical starring Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, is set to be it's like the 1 in 7 favorite for Best Picture. Emma Stone is a 1 in 6 favorite to be named Best.
I would like to see musicals do well again, so I'm going to root for that just because I've heard it's a musical.
Okay, well, should La La Land be named Best Picture as predicted, Sam, it will be the first musical to win since Chicago won in 2002. That's 15 years ago. Following the distinguished footsteps of a number of Hollywood classics, including My Fair Lady, West Side Story, and Broadway Melody from 1929. The battle for the Oscar award appears tighter, with Casey Affleck 4-6 to take the Oscar for his things. Without getting too deep, let's just discuss Best Picture. I'm going to name the movies and just say yes or no if you've seen any of these. La La Land, sounds like you haven't seen it yet.
No.
Moonlight.
No.
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard Mahershala Ali, who I really like, has a stellar performance. So I am looking forward to that when it comes out on Redbox. Mahershala Ali. I think he's up for.
It's related to Muhammad Ali. Oh, okay.
An African American individual, and also reportedly a Muslim. So I mean, if he gets up there, you know, who knows what he's gonna say.
That's the bomb.
But he's a great actor. I fucking loved him in.
I'm kidding. I'm sure.
And he was great in Luke Cage. So I'm looking forward to seeing that movie. I haven't seen it yet. Manchester by the Sea, starring Casey Affleck. I heard someone dies. It's kind of sad. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Arrival, I watched. I thought it was pretty good.
Arrival, I might have watched. What's that about?
That's the one where she has to decode the alien language, and then it turns out to be, you know, a twist ending.
No, we'll see that tonight. Tell me no more.
Arrival, it's a good one. Lion, I didn't see. I've heard good things. Hidden Figures, I'd be
lying if I said I saw any of these.
Hidden Figures is the one about the females that that were instrumental in NASA.
I don't know who the men are that started NASA, so okay.
Kevin Costner's in the movie, and any movie Kevin Costner's in.
No, listeners, listen to this. It's about the forgotten women who started NASA. All right, tell me about any of the forgotten men who started NASA. Anybody? Can anybody at all tell me a name, a doctor? Nope. Okay, liberal agenda. Next.
There were black women, Sam.
I don't know who the black men were. I don't know who the white men were. There might have been some Indians.
In a world. All right. Fences, starring Denzel Washington, and it's based on a play. I read in Vanity Fair, one of the Oscar voters who was in an uncandid anonymous interview said that Fences was basically just the play, didn't take enough risks. Of course, I like Denzel Washington. He's no Kevin Costner.
Why would you change the play? Now I'm going to watch it just because of that.
Well, I heard it's really good, and obviously it's up for Best Picture, so I'm sure I'll end up.
I don't like when they change crap. I freaking hate that.
So there's 9. Oh, wait. I thought there was 9.
Hell or High Water. I have not seen Hell or High Water. I'm going to see Arrival, though.
9.
I'm still going to see Arrival.
So the final one is Hell or High Water, which I did see, and I really did enjoy, and I thought it was really good, and it was worth the price of the Redbox rental.
We have a science fiction movie and a musical nominated. Having seen neither one,
sci-fi, a lot of drama here.
Having seen neither one, but because it's so rare, I'm going to root for La La Land or Arrival, only because of what they represent to have gotten where they are. Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, well, I mean, not having seen these movies, that sounds like a novice opinion, but I think it's probably a pretty strong.
Well, you brought me out on the Academy Award, and I haven't seen any of the movies.
Yeah, I told you, La La Land is like everyone's top fucking favorite. I mean, the director has like odds of 1 in 33. I mean, that's like he's gonna fucking win, right?
You would think so.
All right, well, we'll have to wait and see. But some of these actors are there's some indication that they may start to go off on a political rant type of thing. And I was reading another article the other day about things that happened in the past, like when Little Feather was there, or Vanessa Redgrave, or
what's the Little Feather? I have no idea.
Holly Berry one was the first African American black woman to win an Oscar. Other things like that. Well, for best actress or whatever it was, I don't know. But there's always something, right? I mean, why does politics and race relations have to play such a big part in the Oscars? Is that right or is that wrong?
Well, again, I mean,
Bobby saying that the illegal immigrants should attend the party.
Yeah, and that's Denzel Washington. going to go up, and I don't know that he's going to do this. I'm not saying he's going to do this, but there's a chance you're going to have one of the most, to use their word, privileged people in the world going up there to talk about evil Whitey. Now, he might not do that. So I'm just using an example. America is not against black people. God bless him if he wins. Good. Way to go. Good job. I haven't seen your movie yet, but I've seen many of your others. You probably deserve it. Quit whining. If you whine. And you might not. You might not.
Well, I don't want to, I mean, it is still February. It is still Black History Month. I don't know if you saw Donald J. Trump's weekly address on Friday where he was giving big shout outs to history movement. I mean, you know, I mean, I don't know if he said Denzel, but he said, like, you know, Martin Luther King, you know.
No, who was it you cut out? I'm sorry. No, you cut out.
But, well, Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King, you know, a lot of influence. I mean, I don't know if he said Malcolm X, who Denzel portrayed in the movie, but I was just reading this morning, Sam, and I don't know exactly what they're trying to imply here, or maybe I do, but Muhammad Ali's son says he was asked, "Are you Muslim?" by border agents when him and his mom, the son and wife of the champ Muhammad Ali, landed in Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. They said that taken into secondary and asked a bunch of questions about the origin of their name. They claim that they were asked, "Are they Muslim?"
Good.
You
ask somebody a question, that's the end of the world.
They're blaming it on Donald J. Trump's new, travel sensitivities.
Where'd they come from?
Well, they're both American citizens, but they have Arabic-sounding names.
No, that's not what I mean. Did they come from a problem area? I mean, were they allowed to decline answering the question? The government's allowed. Well, listen, what I mean is, if a police officer comes to your door, he's allowed to ask you any questions he wants, but you only have a short number of questions that you legally have to answer. That happens every day.
So should Muhammad Ali Jr. have said, "I'm not required to answer that sort of question"?
If he wanted to do so, I think he would have had a case for illegally being allowed. Yeah.
Border Patrol agents, I mean, they're probably going to be accused of trying to like smooth things over, but it said that they don't discriminate based on religion, race, ethnicity, or sexual orientation.
They probably ask everyone.
Quote, "We treat all travelers with respect and sensitivity." The agency said, "Integrity is our cornerstone. We are guided by the highest ethical and moral principles." During his detention, Ali Jr. was asked repeatedly about his lineage and his name, as if that was a pre-programmed question that was part of a profile, Mancini said. And if we go back into the article, Mancini, I don't know, is that his lawyer or something? Mancini said in a phone call, and Mancini said, and Mancini's doing all the fucking talking here. He's Chris Mancini, a family friend and attorney. Oh, okay. So he's
digging for gold, Billy.
So he's kind of like a Rob Kardashian type guy. Did you see that O.J. Simpson, Sam? And I just finished watching last week the O.J. versus the People show. And I think it might be up. Well, I don't know if it's up for an Oscar, but I think it was up for a Grammy or something. Wait, let me go back to that Oscar thing. I think OJ versus the People might be in here somewhere for. I don't have the full thing.
Chop.
I think it might get a documentary type.
Are you about to tell me that he's out of jail again?
O.J. Simpson could be released within months, Sam, and free to cash in on his NFL pension. That's a red headline link at the Drudge Report. When I click into it, O.J. Simpson set to walk free 24 years early to enjoy pension millions. And so he'll be free.
Now, what was he locked up for? Did he beat somebody? I forget what he did. I know he brought a gun into a casino, I think. I think he pulled it.
He stole stole like NFL memorabilia from like a casino Hall of Fame type thing or something.
Truly no reason to take him into custody pending sentence.
Thank you.
Let's hear it. I want to hear this now. I want to hear this. Guy, you started it.
Remanded to custody.
This is an old video of when he was sentenced to jail.
Right now.
Judge Fig, is Your Honor, the first motion also in terms of enlargement?
Where are all the people cheering? Anyways, I mean, O.J. Simpson, that's like an old story, but it has a new twist. Also in red, Iran holds naval war games amid rising tensions with United States, Sam. I don't know if you knew that Ahmadinejad, you know what I'm talking about.
Ahmadinejad.
Ahmadinejad. You know he's from Iran. You know what he looks like. His name is hard to say.
The peanut guy.
Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. I can't say his name.
Ahmadinejad.
Ahmadinejad.
Yeah, let's see. Where is it?
I don't know. Ahmadinejad is how I say it. Okay. But he sent a letter to Trump where he says, Your Excellency, Trump, has truthfully described the U.S. political system and electoral structure as corrupt and anti-public. And some people were commenting that Ahmadinejad said that he intended to export his method of managing the world. We didn't take him seriously, but now we do because they're trying to say that Donald Trump sounds like Ahmadinejad.
Wow.
But he did.
I may do an article on that if they let me. I may have to write about that.
He did say, okay, Sam, so this just came out today. Let me just read you. Iran's ex-president, his name, published today an open letter to Donald Trump, the president, welcoming his criticism of the U.S. political system, but taking issue with his visa ban and attitude towards women. An Iranian is talking about and conveniently Yahoo frames it like this. Wait, where is that? He also finishes with a short lecture on respecting women, Sam, a possible reference to Trump's recorded claims that he has sexually assaulted some. Yahoo says that Trump's claims recorded that he has sexually assaulted some. That I think that's referring to the grab him by the pussy, Sam, but is that sexual assault if they let you do it?
They also tried to drum up that fake news about his apprentice.
I've touched vaginas before, Sam, and it was never. I mean,
the fuzzy and the non-fuzzy?
Touched them all, Sam.
Oh, God. I think it's great that a nation where you have to wear a Grim Reaper's outfit, a nation where you have to, where women are treated worse than animals, are out there preaching about how to treat women. That's classic.
His recorded claims that he has sexually assaulted some. I mean, when you're calling out fake news, Sam, I mean, what do you think the definition of fake news is? I mean,
it would be Yahoo News.
Say things, or does it have to be a website fully dedicated to just everything fake, or can it pop up in supposed real news sites?
The idea that Trump is some kind of great molester has to be one of the all-time fake news of human history.
No, Sam, he likes chicks to pee on his bed because Obama slept there before.
Well, I mean, you know.
How am I going to sleep in the bed if you pee in it? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, everybody likes to sleep in a white kind of arson-smelling bed. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Sam, why would I desecrate the bed with prostitute pee if I'm
for the same reason that you would desecrate the walls with pig's blood? Spirit cooking. It's all about the evil.
Yeah, we need the semen of young virgins. Jesus, yeah, that's disgusting.
Well, thanks for crediting me with that. You said it and then said that's disgusting. Thank you. Thank you.
No, but just rewind a little bit, Sam. Give me your professional conservative daily writing definition of quote unquote fake news. How would you define it? The president this past week has been, going after CNN. In today's top headlines is Trump versus CNN, fake news. First of all, how would you define fake news, Sam? And if you were the president, what would you do about it? And did you hear about Sean Spicer had a gaggle, which is like an unofficial.
They didn't include CNN.
Press conference, and CNN and New York Times didn't. They tried to get in, but they weren't on the list. And
I plan on talking about that tonight on the Correct Views. And here's what's going. Probably tomorrow night. Here's what's going to be my opinion on this, and I'll get into it deeper. People are saying that he banned the press. He did not ban the press. The first 2 times that I applied for a press pass for Donald Trump, I didn't get it. He did not ban me. He did not silence me. I was free to write, say, record, or otherwise publish anything that I wanted, just like CNN is. If you try to say that Trump is banning, or he's like Hitler because he's banning the press, or if he's censoring, he's not censoring them. They're free to print anything they want. But he did not include them to come in and hear him personally speak. You know what?
You're trying to say it's semantics because not being included is not necessarily a ban? Or
you're not banned. You can speak anything you want. He fired them. You don't take somebody's rights away when you fire them. You fire them. They're free to work anywhere else they want. They're free. They're going to get the news. They're just not going to get it firsthand. That's what you get for being fake news, which I would define as any news that's released that when openly shown to be false by someone or a group of someone's is not redacted, not taken back. Like, for instance, when they won't look at the data that proves that global warming is not happening, and they only print the skewed half scientific data that they claim is peer-reviewed by other people that were in on the scam, that is fake news. When someone
Trump addressed the polls, the election polls from last year and earlier this year, or before the election, as being
it happens. The very first. This is a funny story. The very first Correct Views, the very first thing I ever did, the very first show, my second show had to be a correction, which thankfully doesn't happen very often. But it was the way I did a few shows, and my wife had gone flying and said that the Akron-Canton Airport were using backscatter radiation scanners. So I put it in my posting while she was gone, and then when she flew back, she said that she wasn't going to go through it, and they said that it was a metal detector. So I'm like, honey, you completely gave me false news here. And there was no fake news at the time, so I didn't use the term. I said, I got to go and fix this. It happens. But if you don't fix it when you know, then that's what I would call fake news.
But here's the awesome part, Sam. We've been doing this for years, and we have addressed fake news before. Fake news was like a thing.
Yes, we have exposed it many times.
How many times did we cover hoax news? We talked earlier this morning about how one story we thought was a hoax. Want to know why? Because we were being inundated with fake news and like hoax stories. There's plenty of websites, and if you go to their about section, it's like, we are like a satirical, not real fucking thing. Sam, this week I just saw a report. I'm going to go there. There's a website called Hillary Beat Trump.org, which is a fantasy website that pretends Hillary beats Trump. Hillary beat Trump. .com.org.
I hadn't heard.
Yeah, no, it just came out this week. I just saw it just like yesterday or the day before. So there's this website called Hillary Beat Trump, and all it is fake news that lets people pretend that Hillary is the president right now and that she won. Westboro Baptist Church, Sam, admits God loved Jesus, his very gay son. Ted Cruz confirms Amanda Knox's innocence admits to another high-profile murder. What? D-Ray from Black Lives Matter cast as the new James Bond. Yeah, that's going to happen. Clinton signs executive order making self-portrait a valid form of voter ID. Sam! In things that
this is one of the best comedy websites of all time.
Clinton can't wait for White House Correspondents' Dinner and Kate McKinnon to host it. The one who portrays her on SNL. New York Times slams Clinton for giving yet another excellent press conference. So basically, we're pretending that she's the president. She's giving press conferences.
I think it's the whole thing's meant to be a joke.
Not your grandfather's hood, with a picture of Ivanka next to a KKK guy in a hood, saying that that's her new fashion idea. Okay, gynecologist pronounces Kellyanne Conway's vagina perfectly healthy. Diagnoses stage 4 cancer of the soul. Sam, I mean, can we allow this to be an actual thing that's on the internet? I mean, Jesus, what is this?
It's one of the funniest sites I've ever. It's one of the funniest sites I've ever seen. I think it's a Republican making fun of Hillary, or an independent making some.
It's Democrats that are wishing that she was the
I
president.
don't think so. No, this is a joke site. I don't think that's what that is, D-Lake.
Okay. Well, it was on the...
I think it's like The Onion.
Yeah, it's meant to be like an onion. But their premise is that this is what the news would look like had Hillary elected.
And it probably is pretty close.
You're saying that I see what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Say it one more time.
This is telling the world what we would have had to have suffered through. It would be
probably
a black muscle-bound gay Jesus, for instance.
Who's probably wait, who's behind this? A big giant black guy with big muscles?
I was just laughing at their interpretation of Jesus, who was probably much darker skinned than most people think, but he didn't.
Oh, Ted Cruz claims that he framed OJ.
No, that's real news.
Oh, here's real news. An illegal immigrant defeats Ann Coulter at Jeopardy.
What's Milo's? Oh, that's going to be hilarious. Go down. What's Milo's?
As hate crimes decline, Milo Yiannopoulos. I'm having a hard time. Yiannopoulos. Dude, I'm having a hard time with these big names today. I don't know. Sorry. He returns to work as a Starbucks barista. Okay.
It says Anthony Weiner switches to rotary phone.
Anthony. Dude, my laugh track is not working on my sound effects. Maybe it is. Maybe it's...
There you go. I got you one. Oh, my God. Anthony Weiner switches to rotary phone.
No worries. Paul Ryan found his Adderall. Lazy reporting or fake news. Now, see, Sam, the conservative Daily News needs to take a page from the HillaryBeatTrump.org website because these headlines are amazing. I want to click into every one of these.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Lazy reporting or fake news? ? Fox and Friends Daily Caller mistakenly assert Trump is president. Quote, is president. Now, you know what's fucked up? What if, this site, or like you said, comparing it to The Onion, I understand comedy, Sam. I'm not foreign to comedy. And isn't there, sort of like a little truth in every joke kind of thing? What about that?
I've always heard people say that, but that's not always true, because if you have a surfing Santa, that's funny because people associate that with freezing weather. There's no truth to it at all, and the fact that there's no truth is what makes it funny. So I don't know that Rush Limbaugh always says that. There usually is, but there are some times when what was the one where I think it was Snoop Dogg was supposed to...
So you're saying things could be funny because there's just no truth in them.
None at all sometimes. Yes, sometimes that'll make it...
So just not realistic that's what's funny about it. But I'm talking...
It can be. But I think it's...
But where I was going, I think, though, is what if the Onion or this website that we were just laughing about, because, I mean, it is like a comedy skit kind of thing. Right? So, and the people behind it are probably aware of all the jokes, too, right? But what if one of these stories on, say, the Onion or the other one or this one, or like, what if, you know, some of them had just like an element of truth to it?
Well, the Onion's been picked up as real stories a few times by people.
So that's an example of fake news, like fooling people, right?
Well, yeah, it wasn't even meant to, but yeah.
During the election, did you feel overwhelmed by fake news? Do you think that fake news swayed your opinion in any way?
I felt overwhelmed by the fake news since Ron Paul got cheated. I haven't felt the same about the media since I watched that happen.
Again, what I don't think you did all the way, what I was asking you is, give me your full definition of fake news.
Yes, I did. Fake news is anything that's published.
But analogize it to the Ron Paul movement of 2012, so we can get a perspective of what you're saying.
If you know that a man is leading in the polls, and you purposefully print something that's the exact opposite, which is what they just found out that CNN did with Clinton. And if they look it up, I mean, they could find it with Paul as well, because we know he was cheated in Iowa. It was confirmed. The reason he was able to be cheated in Iowa was because the media went together with fake news and put it out there that Ron Paul wasn't doing as well as he was. And then after he lost Iowa, they said, oh, well, you know, now it comes out that it looks like Ron Paul had legitimately won it. By then, all of the wind was taken out of his sails because he was expected to experience a huge win. So what we're seeing is the news dictating where it wants to happen and who it wants it to happen to. And when that kind of thing is done and it is never addressed, and like I said, theirs was purposefully, they addressed it afterwards, but they were warned repeatedly and ran with the story about Paul's poll numbers. It is one of the things that led to his utter defeat. So I think it matters quite a bit. And any purposeful news put out, or any news maybe that you do quickly and don't retract. If you retract it way late just because you already did your harm, that doesn't count. But if you don't retract it, then those two things, in my opinion, would make you fake news.
Yeah, no, over the past couple of months, though, I saw that where they put out like a totally fake fucking thing. I mean, we'll look at the one story, and even like Kellyanne and like some of the inner staff have been bringing it up again lately. Like New York Times ran that full page, like full spread thing about Donald Trump and women. And then like the next day, like all the women that were interviewed by the New York Times came forward and said, that's not what we said. That's not what I meant. That's not the way that I told you the story. And like, I really had feelings for him. And like, he didn't, you know, do what you said he did. It wasn't like that at all. And then, so, I mean, that whole story was fake. And I mean, the New York Times was like, no, we're not fake news. We're real news now. Oh, you just started being? When did that start? Yesterday or the day before? Or no, maybe it'll start tomorrow. Maybe we'll wait till then. Yeah, thanks for nothing. Fucking New York Times. And Nancy Pelosi's like, that's all Ruth Ginsburg is like, that's my favorite newspaper. Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, quite. It even joked about in Dr. Strangelove for that reason.
Yeah.
The great movie. Well, you were talking about Clinton earlier. I got this for you from Breitbart. Kane, Democrats have to fight in the streets against Trump. So if somebody gets hurt, this is dated way back in January 31st, but I couldn't get rid of it because it reminded me of the Oscars, so I called it back up again. He said they must fight in Congress, fight in the courts, fight in the streets, fight online, fight at the ballot box against the administration of Trump. Again, never should they go ahead and join together. Never should they go ahead and become unified and try to accomplish things together. No.
They're training to like do like MMA and like martial arts so they can kick a.
Save our healthcare. On Martin Luther King Day in about 75 cities around the country, including Richmond, tens of thousands of people railed for save our healthcare. Our healthcare has been utterly destroyed. But you've got Kane out there saying people need to fight in the streets because his liberal agenda didn't get into the White House. So if anybody actually does it, maybe he should be brought up on inciting riot charges. That's what I happen to think. But that's what do you think?
You're talking about Hillary Clinton's VP pick.
That's who it was.
Yeah. Yeah, on MSNBC, they're arguing about who's more religious, Donald Trump or Mike Pence, and if Mike Pence should invoke the 25th Amendment.
Yeah. Now, see, they didn't want a religious president, but now they do. Now,
yeah. But no, we were going to have Hillary Clinton, who we just watched a 3-minute video, as hard as that was earlier. And now Sam's talking about what Tim Kaine wanted. Jesus, if you guys could imagine. Okay. Yeah, you don't like Trump, do you? Huh? You don't like him? When he talks, he's a big buffoon.
It happened again. It happened again.
Oh, there he goes again. Sam, put the halo back on. Look, I want to talk about this peacefully. But seriously, like, no, go back to the devil. It suited you much better. How the fuck are people going to, say that, oh, Donald Trump's so bad, impeach him right now, so we talked about how Perez, Obama's former labor secretary, just was nominated the head of the DNC chair. And then Donald Trump tweeted this morning that, like, oh, well, the whole system was rigged against Ellison, who was Bernie Sanders' guy, the same way that the DNC was rigged against Bernie Sanders back then, because Tom Perez is like an Obama-Hillary person. And so he wins because the establishment. That's just the answer. Why did he win? Because the establishment. Then Hillary Clinton puts out a video this morning, and we had to suffer through that. And then that's the guy that didn't win. But Tom Perez says, "Oh, but me and Keith Ellison are going to be really working really strongly together against Donald Trump." And he says, Donald Trump's like, you fucking losers. The whole system was rigged. You guys are weak. Sad exclamation point. And then this morning, Perez tweets out on his Twitter that, oh, Donald Trump, me and Keith, we're going to be your worst nightmare. Like, we're gunning for you. Like, the Democrats, we're just going to obstruct everything you try to do, and we're just going to be a big thorn in your side.
Which so it looks like the Congress.
Too bad there's not enough of you fucking freaks, because you're never going to win shit, guys.
It looks like the congressionals.
I was trying to come back with America for Action and some other crap and some bullshit and try to be a shadow government and live 2 miles away in his fancy house. It's like a bunker. I'm like, dude, you better get some underground fucking bunker for that shit, dog.
It looks like the congressional votes are going to matter very much here in about a year and a half.
Yeah. You know what, America?
We dodged the bullet.
Obama's living in D.C. Well, his kids finished school. And, oh, but what about Barron? He's got to finish school in New York. And, oh, blah, blah, blah. And, oh, he calls Mar-a-Lago the winter White House. Here's what I would tell you right now. Anytime that Obama goes to Hawaii, that's not leaving the country. But if he were to leave the country otherwise, but I mean, he goes to Hawaii, that that little island over here
where he was born. Yeah, he was born there. He was born in Hawaii.
Back to his birthplace there in Hawaii. If he goes there, or Kenya, or anywhere else outside of the United States, that's when we have to be the most fucking worried. When he's not here or close to DC, that's when we should fucking be worried. Seriously, I just thought of that, Sam. Don't write about that, Sam.
Well, then again, you've also got to remember, in the age of the internet and the cell phone, he's always at Washington D.C. So I mean,
yeah. But when is the best time for something fucked up to happen in Washington D.C.? When Obama's not there. Going forward, that's just a prediction. I know it sounds weird. Maybe I watched too much Olympus Has Fallen, or that other movie that was just exactly the same.
What's that? A disaster movie?
There was two Die Hard-esque White House movies. That White House Down. There was White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen. They both came out like at the same time. There's Channing Tatum. There's fucking the one guy that I like from 300, and then there's Jamie Foxx was the black president in one of those movies.
What?
The White House Down he was in.
Do you like I Think I Need My Theme Song? think I need it.
Science?
Oh, that theme song. Well, no, that works. We can do it. We can do it.
Oh, wait, whoa. Okay, whoa. Sam, this show is like a newspaper, okay? I think we're good on the headlines and section D, but now you're saying there's two things that we need to cover. Let's do science first, and then we'll get to
entertainment and death. All right, do I get my theme song? Do you like
entertainment? Okay, Sam, I be the Ganji. It's Sam Science. It's the science. I'm talking science. Science.
The Telegraph. NASA discovers new solar system, the TRAPPIST-1, where life may have evolved on 3 planets. This has been all over the place, but I wanted to wait until they got more solid facts about it. This came out the 23rd. Life may have evolved on at least 3 planets within the newly discovered solar system that is 39 light years from Earth. It is announced last night. Astronomers from the American Aeronautics and Space Administration, of course, have detected NASA no less than 7 roughly Earth-sized orbiting and dwarf star in the system. It was announced today. Scientists have previously only identified a tiny number of so-called exoplanets, which are believed to have the qualities needed to support life. However, the new system contains an unprecedented number of Earth-sized, probably rocky planets, and is being hailed as an accelerated leap forward in the search for extraterrestrial life. 3 of the new planets are said to be particularly promising because could contain oceans. Thomas Zurcherin, Associate Administrator for NASA's Science.
I like the sound of oceans being there. That's
yes. It's told a press conference in Washington. This gives us a hint that finding a second Earth is not a matter of if, but when. There's the planets numbered A through H there, and showing you where the Goldilocks zone is, where life could exist. The planets were detected using NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope and several ground-based observations. Lead researcher Mikhail Gilon, of the University of Liège, said the planets are close to each other and are very close to the star, which is very reminiscent of the moons around Jupiter. Still, the star is so small and could hold and cold that the 7 planets are temperate, which means that they could have some liquid water and maybe life by extension on the surface. The teams determined that all of the planets in the system are similar in size to Earth, Venus, or slightly smaller, and density measurements suggest that at least the innermost 6 planets are rocky. Because the star is dim, the planets are warmed gently despite having orbits much smaller than that of Mercury, the closest planet to the sun. So they're closer to a cooler sun, which is why it works. It says here key observations were made by the TAPPIST robotic telescope at La Silla, Chile, which gives the system its name. 3 planets classified as TAPPIST, Le, F, and G orbit the habitable or Goldilocks zone, where I was talking about, where temperatures are suited to surface, oceans, and liquid water. The star at the center of the solar system has a temperature of 2,550 kelvins and is at least 500 million years old. In comparison, the sun is about 4.6 billion years old and has a temperature of 78 kelvins, so much hotter.
But the TRAPPIST-1 is someone else's sun. It's not our sun. I mean, you see Earth in this picture, but it's not like these planets are in our solar system. They're just saying that's how it is. Their TRAPPIST-1 is like their sun, but it's not our sun. Like, we have our own sun. We're the third rock from the sun, motherfucker.
Closing out on this.
No, Sam, this is interesting as hell. Like, how exactly did they find this? What was the method of finding it? Telescopes?
It says, we have made a giant accelerated leap forward in the search for habitable worlds and life in other worlds, she said. The Spitzer's telescope, which uses infrared technology, was able to track how fast each of the planets crossed TAPPIST and completed an orbit. That's because of the little wobble it gives when gravity makes.
Oh, they got predator vision. They got infrared.
Like a lot of people may not realize that the sun wobbles when even the moon goes around it. The Earth, it pulls the sun just a little tiny bit, and you can measure that with telescopes. From the research team calculated how far the planets were from the star and therefore how likely they were to be habitable. They were assisted by astronomers in Liverpool, John Moores University, operating a ground-based telescope in the Canary Islands. So it was a combination of things there. British astronomer Chris Copperwheat of Liverpool, John Moores University, who co-led the international team, said, as a robotic telescope and the largest in the world, the Liverpool telescope is very sensitive to the small, less than 1% dips in brightness through which the planets are discovered. That means their brightness goes down by less than 1% when something passes in front of them. And our telescopes are big enough to catch it, even though a sun is several hundred, if not million times the size of the planet. The new planets are close to each other, and Mr. Gillon said the person standing on the surface of one would have the view of the scene from the moon to the Earth. The first exoplanet was confirmed to have been discovered from 1992, since when a total of 3,577 planets have been found. Of these, less than a dozen are thought to be well suited for supporting life, and I think D-Lake and I have covered every one of them. And NASA said only 3 previously known planets were as ideal as those in the new solar system. Only 3 ever were as good as this one for having life like ours.
I don't know, Sam, because I'm looking at these pictures, and what I really have a problem with is why do all these planets look like balls or spheres, like 3-dimensional spheres? I mean, I thought the fucking Earth was flat, dude.
Well, you know what I get. I tell you what, if I woke up tomorrow and found out that everything we learned was a lie, considering how much else has been a lie, I wouldn't be surprised. Around a fifth of the sun-like stars are thought to have an Earth-sized planet in their habitable zones. Astronomers estimate that there could be as many as 40 billion potentially habitable worlds just in our galaxy, just in ours, the Milky Way. Professor Zetcherin said that now was the gold rush phase in the search for these exoplanets. He said it's going forward at a rapid pace, not just because of the telescopes, but the telescopes we are launching soon.
Here's the telescope. I mean, look at that bad mother effer.
I want one, D-Lake. Get me one of those.
This robot thing, but look in the background up there on the hill. What's that?
That's the ground. That's the mega moose one.
That's the Moose telescope, right?
The discovery of the rocky planets with surface temperatures would allow for liquid water, make this an amazing system and exciting future to target life. What I wish they would do, remember those nanobots that we talked about them sending, D-Lake? I wish they'd send a few of those nanobots there that can fly at almost the speed of light that we talked about. Oh yeah.
Yeah, what if they had nanobots in 1983's Silkwood, the movie, Sam? If they
wouldn't have done any good. The robotic telescope operated.
What about the plutonium and the processing plant? I mean, don't you think that?
No. These are like little tiny. They can send these from Earth at almost the speed of light. They're not much bigger than a microchip, but they can collect data as they fly. We need to send it towards these 3 planets.
Oh, that'd be dope. Did you hear that there's a lot of talk going on about manning the next NASA space flight?
That would be nice. I mean, we've been taking things to the space station.
If anything bad happens, they're going to blame that on Trump too. But NASA tests a supersonic jet, and they're talking about putting humans on the next mission.
We're supposed to only be down to create new rockets. We're supposed to be back. That's part of the deal. Astronomer Royal Sir Martin Rees thinks.
Are you saying that the moon is now the Trump moon?
We're going to put a wall around the moon, Mr. Trump.
We're going to put a wall around the moon.
Oh, God.
It is going to be beautiful and include a huge door. Big, beautiful door, Sam.
This Check this out. Astronomer Rick Rees thinks the discovery of the new worlds was just a start. This is the bottom axis of the astronomical units. It shows you what it's going to look like there. The measurement is 1.496 million kilometers, which is the distance from the center of Earth to the center of the sun. So it's in the right angle and everything. These worlds are intense. The worlds has sizes and temperatures similar to those as Venus and Earth. We already think there could be bacterial life in the clouds of Venus. So there could be some kind of life on two of these. One of them could be Earth-like life. So, I mean, big news. Big news.
Big news.
Not fake news, big news.
Oh, No, but seriously, we could have a blimp planet on Venus, right?
We could. That would
Never touch the ground, but we'll just float above it.
If any life is on Venus, then it's going to be some kind of bacterial life.
It'll be awesome because it rhymes with penis. What about Mars?
We don't know. We really don't know. We don't suspect any major life, but more likely there was life at some time.
What will be the first planet that Earthlings inhabit other than Earth?
So probably Mars, but there's a chance for the moon because of the Chinese. I think it'll be interesting to find out. Nobody's ever explained what looked like the mystery donut. That just the rover on Mars went over
Our planet, the moon.
the section in Mars. And then when it went back over, there was a great big donut-looking thing. It wasn't a donut. That wasn't there before. That was nowhere near it before because we filmed 360. So we don't know where it came from. We just know it was there when we came back, which is very, very strange. And D-Lake, as you look up the donut on Mars, I'm going to take us into entertainment. This is what I call entertainment, while D-Lake looks for the donut on Mars.
No, I was just going to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
How many bones does a shark have?
I don't think we have any. They're all cartilage.
Cartilage.
All right, here we go. Doctors remove live cockroach from Indian woman's skull. Remember the gutting that I gave you last week? Well, listen to this.
Are we in right now? Is this obituary?
No, obituary is coming. This is just a great entertainment. Doctors in India faced one of their biggest challenges when they operated on a patient and removed a live cockroach from her skull.
Like page 6. Okay, go ahead.
According to the New Indian, not if you're this woman, the New Indian Express, the only 42-year-old woman in Chennai was admitted to the hospital on Wednesday after she felt strange sensations around her nose and eyes. Before she experienced symptoms, she recalled that an insect crept into her nostril, making its way inside of her head. She tried to blow her nose to free the cockroach, but it successfully climbed up her nose. The results of a nasal endoscopy displayed the menacing cockroach sitting on her skull between her eyes for 12 hours. This was the first such case that I have seen in my 3 decades of practice, said Dr. Shankar of the Stanley Medical Center Hospital, and what he told the news site.
Nose and sinus and everything, like right here, like hurt. Like
where at, D-Lake? I had to click over. Where's it hurting at, D-Lake? Because it gets better. What?
Like
the first such case I have seen in my practice. The woman said that before she approached the doctors for help, that she suffered from burning sensations and inexplicable pains. Inexplicable. If a cockroach caught up your nose, how is it explicable? She could not explain the feeling, but I was sure it was some insect. There was a tingling, crawling sensation. Whenever it moved, it gave me a burning sensation in my eyes. She said, I spent the entire night in discomfort, sitting up and waiting for dawn to go to Stanley Hospital after getting 12 hours after the hospital was closed. After getting the reference of a doctor from my employer, she told the news site. Let's see. Okay, let me go to screen share. We got an interesting video here of the live cockroach in the woman's head. Now, if you're still watching this, This is beautiful. Let me. Where's it at? Where's it at? My screen sharing grid. All right, here we go. 46 seconds.
Still seeing you. Okay, 46 seconds.
You see it?
Let there be no dead air. Not yet. Just you.
You know. Oh, wait, you don't see me?
Got the cam on you. I got the cam on you, but I'm seeing you, not the
Let me go to screen share. Let me go back to screen share again. You know how Google is, listeners. They tend not to work. All right, there we go.
It's not your first time.
You got a cockroach now? You got a cockroach? Do you like?
It went black screen, but I think something might be coming up. Going really slow.
All right, here we go.
All right, so
look at this, guys.
I don't know if I'm seeing it. I'm just seeing black, but keep talking.
Go to Straits Times. Type in Straits Times cockroach up the nose, because they're showing like them pulling this cockroach out of a woman's nose, and it is very, very impressive, I must say. You're not getting STRAITS Times.
STRAIT Times.
I should have just given you the name of the article. It's the doctors remove live cockroach from Indian woman's skull.
This is insanity, Sam.
It's beautiful. I'm going to read the end of this while you call it up. It must be seen.
Yeah. Just keep reading it.
The Times of India reported that the bug clung to the tissues even as it was vacuumed on a suction apparatus. It was holding on. It was alive and it didn't want to come out, said Shankar. We had to use a combination of suction and forceps to finally pull it out. So you know the cockroach, when they panic, they do lay eggs. That's what they do when they panic. They'll probably die, but now there are eggs in this woman's nose. After 45 minutes, the live cockroach finally came out from the abyss. It was also the first time that doctors said that the hospital removed a huge insect from a human head. A beautiful, beautiful story. Did you find it? Do you like?
I did.
Give us the video. Do you like?
Yeah, I'm going to screen share. I did, and also, oh God,
it's beautiful. The cockroach holds on.
But before I play that, though, on this website, the Straits Times. I mean, I don't know how Sam finds some of these sites I've never heard of, but watch when I do a search. Cockroach. I didn't even get that one first. I got man in China sprays insecticide into his ear to remove cockroach trap for 3 days. Doctors remove live cockroach from Indian woman's skull. That's the one we're looking for. 4 species of cockroaches found in Singapore. Visiting a cockroach farm in China's Chengdu. Cockroaches bite packs 50 times more power than body weight. Sam, see, these are how you do headlines. Let's click into this one. I don't know how you found this.
It's beautiful. It's
truly beautiful. Watch a little bit of this video.
It's 46. It's 46 seconds.
It's 46 seconds with a commercial.
Look at the bug. Hold on. Watch. I'll be quiet. Watch the bug holding on.
Oh, bug holding on. I thought you said butthole. Look, it looks like a butthole right there. What is this? Her nose?
Up her nose, between her eyes.
Oh God, Jesus, it's gonna be insane.
It's beautiful.
This is up a woman's nose, an Indian woman with a cockroach.
It's alive and holding on.
Oh God, here we go. Oh my God. Okay, parental discretion is advised. Oh my God.
Crawl back in deeper.
Those are like tweezer camera fucking pluckers.
It's a nasal endoscopy.
Oh my God. A nasal colposcopy. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh God. Did you see that? Here it comes. Here we go. We're reaching in. We're grabbing here. Oh, that was in your nose. Okay, thank you. That's a cockroach. That's a cockroach.
Ain't that beautiful, dude? Like, that's what I bring to the table.
Did you say in the beginning that she was just sleeping, or she was like drunk and stoned, or what?
I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but she said it went up her nose, and she had an unexplained tingling. An unexplained tingling. It's cockroach in your nose, dumbass.
Look how fucking giant that shit is. This is not real.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
these are all kinds of terrible things.
I don't know. Oh, cockroach in his ear. I don't want to watch that one.
We can watch
But
it.
God, no. Well, Sam, we can't play too much of this stuff. But I am a fan of Doctor Pimple Popper. I don't know if you've ever seen her. On
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah. The pus guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's an Asian lady that she's like. They call her Doctor Pimple Popper. Yeah, she's pretty good.
Are you ready for the death, Dealey? Are you ready for the death?
I mean, Spicer warns no more leaks about leaks. I don't know.
Oh wait, I do have one that's not still a death. I'm sorry. I do. Go ahead, do yours. I have one that really.
Look, Sam. As long as it's not a cockroach up someone's nose, we should be good.
We can always hope. Blasting news: a 106-year-old woman gets engaged to a 66-year-old man. Did I cover this already?
Oh my God, no.
Woman becomes.
Sam. I'm running the show.
Woman becomes engaged.
No, Sam, this sounds like a beautiful story. So what I want you to do is turn the page. Let's cover the deaths and then recover from the deaths.
All right. Well, we only have one death. Comedian Irwin Corey, also blasting news. Comedian Irwin Corey dies at the age of 102. World-famous comedian and professor Irwin Corey reportedly died after a meal of ice cream and egg drop soup. So that must be not a good combination. Comedian and actor Irwin Corey had just recovered from sickness and was sent home from the hospital earlier this year following signs of recovery. His daughter-in-law told NPR that Corey passed away Monday morning, according to the New York Times. There it is again. This news, he might be alive. You can never trust the New York Times. It was confirmed by his son, Richard Corey. Nope, he's gone. The world's foremost authority, as the media refers to him, the famous for his alter ego, the absent-minded professor. We all remember him. Don't let the homeless appearance fool you. Despite his unkempt hair, poor fashion, and old age, Mr. Corey was still performing regularly in his 90s. His alter ego charade as the professor had been a trademark since the 40s. His daily routines included playing at local clubs and the side gig street paddling. His agent, Irwin Arthur, told the Times this was not about money. For Irwin, it was the extension of performing. And then he just performed.
100 years old?
Performing on the streets and in clubs just for the hell of it. He'd perform on the street when they told him it was closed. Kenneth Tynan, an international theater critic, was quoted.
Sam, he was 100?
102. He was a culture clown, a parody of literacy, a travesty for all of our civilian holds dear. One of the funniest grotesques in America. He is a chaplain clown with a college education. His performances include appearances of talk shows with Steve Allen, Jock Parr, Johnny Carson, Ed Sullivan, and scripted radio shows. His last days...
Lenny Bruce described Corey as, quote, one of the most brilliant comedians of all time, Sam. Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce. According to the story published in the New York Times in 2011, Corey continued to be productive in his 90s. He performed regularly, maintained a side income job, and even after he was not able to continue his side job, he remained visible and recognizable in the public eye. A documentary featuring him and his wife, Irwin and Fran, was launched in 2014 as Irwin turned 100 years old. The biography section of Irwin Corey's website includes the following line. He is proud of the fact that he and his 5 brothers and sisters are alumni of the Brooklyn Hebrew Orphan Asylum, and that he and his former 112-pound boxing champion from the Civilian Conservation Corps. He was a 112-pound boxing champion. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, featherweight golden gloves boxing champion.
His documentary won the People's Film Festival Death Award in 2013. So there's our death, like.
Wow, man. I mean, he had a good long life, though. I feel good about that. But I mean,
yes.
Rest in peace.
Yes.
With us.
He was almost 113 because, I mean, if he could have just made it to July, 103, I mean, if he could have just made it to July. All right. 106-year-old woman, rest in peace, Corey, gets engaged to a 66-year-old man. Woman becomes engaged for the first time in her life.
I'm sensing a theme here. What did you look up to find all this? Okay.
Oh, I just find these when I'm searching for other stories. Woman becomes engaged for the first time in her life at 106 to a man 40 years her junior. Valmira Rodrigues de Oliveira, that's close, of Brazil was engaged for the first time in her life at the age of 106. She is 40 years older than the man she engaged to. However, they are both happy. The cougar goes by the name Velada. With the aid of a walker, she greeted her guest for an emotional engagement party in the couple's honor last Saturday. Biracial marriage, no less. The 66-year-old boyfriend, Aspercido Diaz Jacob, met her at the Nossa Senhora Fatima retirement home located in southeast Brazil. They both live in their own rooms. The man, nicknamed Jaco, fell in love with Velada the moment he saw her and says the same thing about him. Jaco's left arm is paralyzed, but that didn't keep Velada from falling in love with him. She has a problem walking without the aid of her walker, but that didn't keep him from falling in love with her. Neither one of them let their imperfections stand in the way of their loving of each other. Jericho said it doesn't matter to him that she's 40 years older because she makes him very happy. Jacob became unemployed. And that led to
if I have the correct pictures up, it also looks to be interracial, maybe, or
yeah, it said biracial. Yes, it is
biracial. Okay.
The future of marriage.
Yeah.
Well, it said before he moved to a retirement home 19 years ago. He was unemployed for 19 years. No future marriage. Velada and Jaco were approached separately and were asked by Project of Dreams what they wanted for the future. Both of them told the local volunteer group they wanted to get married to fulfill their dreams. Doctors advised the couple not to get married because they wouldn't be able to live together in the retirement home, and they were not able to handle living together outside of the facility. Instead of a wedding, volunteers stepped in and arranged the elaborate engagement ceremony. That sucks. Boo!
So they just have conjugal.
That's ridiculous. You don't tell two adults what to do. Go to hell. Vlada was dressed in a wedding gown and wore a veil. She walked down the aisle accompanied by the volunteer bridesmaid and page boy. The couple cut a 4-tier cake and celebrated their big day as a testament to their love for each other. Neither of them have ever been married, and they have no children. Most of Velada's relatives are dead, and she has very few left. Jaco has lost much of his family, but there were 50 guests to help him celebrate. So why don't they let them get married? This is a terrible place. What is the name of this place? The nursing home. What is it? The Nossa Senhora Fatima. They're named after a Catholic saint, but they won't let these two get married. Baloney. Boo.
Why?
That's the story. Because they can't live in the same unit. How rotten is that?
Why? Well, why can't they live in the same unit?
Exactly. It's
well, this 66-year-old guy should be able to, I mean, he was unemployed for 19. I don't know what he's doing now, but I mean, look, if he wants to marry this beautiful 106-year-old lady, then he needs to fucking get an apartment that she can move into and they can be together.
Well, I mean, what if he wants to start licking? He's got nowhere to do it. He's trapped, and I guess I'm not even allowed, to be together. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me, but there it is.
Why won't they let these lovebirds be together, Sam?
I don't know. It wasn't the work.
We're all for that, you liberal Dems.
And we
posted yesterday on my Facebook, Sam. I'm like, hey everyone, heads up from D-Lake. Obama deported 2.5 million immigrants. Where was the liberal Democratic outcry then? ? Matt Winklejohn posted one of his newest articles, Sam. And
really?
Other people commented. Yeah, it was a good article. I read it. I said, oh yeah, your writing is getting better, dude. My friend Gil says Obama was black, though. We are only currently discriminating against orange, it seems. What did orange ever do?
What?
I said, don't.
Oh, gotcha. So is he writing for the Reliable News now? Has he got his writing job too?
Yeah, no, that was my friend Gil that said that. But Matt Winklejohn is on Reliable News. I believe that is his website.
It's his site. Oh, it's his site, or it's where he works for.
No longer Resist the Tyranny. Now it's reliable-news.com.
Is it his site, or is that who he's working for?
No, I think it's his, but maybe, I don't know. He's his own employee or something. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, you want me to just go to the homepage?
May have to. Now we got to know before we close out.
site, dude, because I think he's posted some other stuff on mine.
Because I'm about ready to do some challenge. Hungry.
Yeah. Well, you should contact Matt and see if you can't talk about. Let's see. Let's go to this one. Also authored by Matt Winklejohn.
Okay, it's his page.
Okay, but check it out, Sam. I mean, maybe
I like it.
He needs more people. Looks pretty good. Reliable news. It's called Reliable. I mean, I just watched a video of Mark Dice this morning making fun of CBS's new bumper.
Yes.
It's like, dun, 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 real news.
Real news. They're trying so hard to get you to believe it.
You saw that as well, Sam? You know what I'm talking about?
What was funny is I was talking to my friend the other day about fake news, and she said that anybody who doesn't believe in global warming is fake news because real news covers global warming because it's peer-reviewed. It's peer-reviewed by people who are in on the scam.
I don't know where I was during the Matt Winklejohn's peer review, but we went from Resist the Tyranny to ReliableNews.com with like a, I mean, is that the best name? I mean, we could come up with a better name for this awesome news.
I like Reliable News.
You like Reliable News? I kind of like it. I mean, the Media Speaks is good. Then there was a magazine that was out like a couple years ago called The Media Source. They tried to jack our shit.
How'd they do?
Guys.
They
They're
died.
not around anymore, okay? It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger on The Apprentice. Not gonna
I just did an article on how Snopes has been proven to wrong over and over again and how they're really not deserving of the credit that they get. Snopes is not the final word of anything.
No. That old lady and her cat are the final word.
Yeah. And her husband, who looks like Tim Addings. All right. I'm starved.
You're ridiculous, Sam.
What do you got to
the fucking important shit? Do it.
What do you got to close this out? Do you like?
I don't know. Yeah, no, what I was talking about is on my Facebook that people posted. I'm like, Sam, you know, Obama deported 2.5 million people.
That he did.
During his 8 years in office.
Don't forget, he accepted 50,000 illegals in, same number, or 50,000 refugees, same number as Trump.
So, I don't know. I think we were we unfair or unbalanced at any point? Because I feel like maybe I was.
We were opinionated but fair. Opinionated.
Okay.
We at least let the whole video play so the people listening could make their own conclusions as we mocked it. We did.
Just wanted to remind all you college millennial douchebags that I have the First Amendment. And it was so great when Trump at the recent CPAC said, I have a First Amendment. I love the First Amendment. Who uses the First Amendment more than me? I'm Donald Trump. I'm the president. I'm on Twitter. I mean, talk about First Amendment. I mean, come on. I'm your First Amendment champion over here. And but people are like, but what if we say something you don't like? Well, go ahead and try to do that tonight at the Oscars, and let's see what happens.
We got to do it tonight. Do you like
bitches? Meryl Streep. You're not going to win anything tonight. Sorry. You had your fun at the Grammys, but at the Oscars, we will not tolerate that shit.
The Golden Goose.
You're in Mamma Mia. Or, like Sam said, you know, Silkwood. That was a long time ago, Meryl Streep. Take your Silkwood and your when you had an affair with Kurt Russell, you whore, and just remember this.
We might be straying into a questionable news.
Just remember this.
Questionable news.
Just remember this. In today's entertainment section, in the movie Wildcats, featuring LL Cool J, Wesley Snipes, Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell's wife, Goldie Hawn, a beautiful family.
So pretty.
So great. In that movie Wildcats, there's a scene where they come in and Goldie Hawn is in the bathtub and you see her titties and everything.
Oh, I didn't know that. I got to go watch it now.
Yeah. Go rewatch that movie, Wildcats. I mean, they might have tried to like PC clean it up in recent years.
No, I'm gonna search it right away. Goldie Hawn titties.
And it's not that shit that you talk about where I remember shit wrong. It's not that shit. What's that called again? You know what I'm talking about.
Mandela effect.
It's not
Let me
the
find.
Mandela effect. It's not the Mandela effect that I can tell you that you see Goldie Hawn's tits in fucking.
Well, I'm going right now, so you'll get it. You'll get Sam's reaction
right now. Wildcats.
I just typed in Goldie Hawn's titties. Goldie Hawn topless. Let's see.
Yeah, celebrity hot tub.
Oh yes, very nice.
Yeah. Now imagine in the new Batman vs Superman, if Lois Lane, you saw her titties, kind of saw like some top boob and stuff, some bubbles. But if you saw some nipples, I mean, that would be up for an Academy Award or Oscar nomination tonight immediately.
Supposedly there's Goldie Hawn nude too, and if it's not photoshopped, it's rather nice.
That was last year.
She's little down there. All right, that's my
The
reaction.
last Oscars that I watched, like the whole thing,
I've
was
never.
2000 and The Dark Knight Returns, where the one where
Heath Ledger
post-mortem. I had cable and I watched that one. She's like, "Come on over, let's watch the Oscars and drink wine." I'm like, "Okay," but yeah, that's the last time it's happened to me. I'm not as cool as the rest of you, but I'm sure I'll get all the news and fucking highlights and know everything about it, and then I'll report what I fucking think. I'm just like you because you don't watch Donald Trump's speeches. You just read about it, and then you try to report to me what he said. I'm like, you didn't hear what he said. You didn't watch it.
Well, now you're gonna have to watch it in order for your Oscar. Now you got to watch it in order for your Oscar coverage to be any good, though. But now you see what you did, D. Like now you have to watch it in order for anybody to believe your coverage of the Oscars. Now you've done it. Now you got to watch it. You're fucked. You hadn't thought of that.
Fuck! Sam!
Well, D, like it's okay.
Sam is so smart. Yes, I just painted myself into a corner where it's like I can't talk about the Oscars, but I watched them, right?
Oh, it's better you than me.
But we were able to talk today about all the preemptive what could happen. I think we talked about that legitimately. I mean, we have our eyes on it. But I mean, yeah, if I'm going to comment on like what took place at the Oscars, I'm going to have to watch them. But Sam, I'll just, I don't have cable. I just, I'll see all the highlights on YouTube.
Indeed. All right, D, like.
Then I'll report about it. Okay, Sam, great show. No one else made it in here, but you and I did a great show. Everyone can find Sam at The Correct Views on YouTube. Go do that immediately. Also on this show, The Media Speaks. Find him on Conservative Daily Media or whatever it's called. And
Conservative Daily Post. And blasting news sometimes.
.com.
Where can they find you, D, like?
Right here.
You're going to make a video this week, right? You're going to make yourself make a video this week, right? Right before next week?
I think what you brought up earlier about a Tuesday night meetup.
Yeah.
That we should talk about because I think it's going to be epic and historic and a quote-unquote Trump bull market.
Well, let's remember well, too, friends, whatever you do, pour juice on your chin.